In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Dear friends and fellows, procrastination is a very common problem. Procrastination is a very common problem. It is actually laziness. And obviously, the laziness is not going to make us a successful person at all. It's not going to help us in becoming successful at all. Rather, it is going to make us, render us useless person, absolutely useless person. So we do have to conquer the procrastination. And here is a beautiful article. The article has been written by Jonathan Wai, PhD. Jonathan Wai, PhD, the, in this article writes, 8 strategies to conquer procrastination. 8 strategies to conquer procrastination is the title of this beautiful article. Very useful article by Jonathan Wai, PhD. Now we are going to talk about all these 8 strategies one by one. First of all, Jonathan Wai says, don't rely on willpower to reduce procrastination, rather on habit. So we have to reduce the procrastination. We have to minimize the procrastination. He says that don't rely on the willpower, rely on the habit. It doesn't mean that the willpower is unimportant or useless. Not at all, not at all. Rather, Jonathan Wise says that it is the habit which is far more reliable as compared to willpower. What it mean? It mean that make a habit. Does not mean that we don't need to try to. We shouldn't try to develop the willpower. We can keep trying for that thing as well. But making something as a habit, that's very very useful, because it makes the things very very easy for us. Habits, if at all we have the good habits, it can contribute more than anything else for our success and happiness. If if we have developed the good habits, so the contribution of these good habits is much more than any other thing, even the willpower. Willpower is good and great, and try to develop it as well, each one of us. But rely on habit. Make a habit of doing the good things, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go. Number one. Number two, each to-do list, each to-do list item should be complete and take 20 to 60 minutes. There are plenty of things which cannot be done by just one session. There are plenty of things, but for that purpose we need to work for one single item somewhere between 20 to 60 minutes. Mean one 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 session about one thing, it should be somewhere between 20 to 60 minutes. Depends how much does it suit you. Since there are many things which cannot be completed in just one session, so we have, it is like the periods of inside an educational institution. So we have to study several things. So there is a period of 40 minutes generally about one subject. Then we go to the next subject, and then to the next subject, and then to the next subject. 40 minutes for each of the subject to be studied. Here he says 20 to 60 minutes at a time, not more than 60, not less than 20. Generally speaking, we can adjust it somewhere else. Reframe your choices is the number 3. This is the third study. What is that? He has put forward a beautiful example. He says that it is a weekend and your roommate asked you that let's go and watch a movie. While your work is still pending, you could not finish your work. which you can do it now. If you go for a movie, obviously you will feel pleasure for some of the time. But if you complete your work, the satisfaction gained out of this will be far more than that of watching a movie. Did you get my point? That's a beautiful example. So let's get the satisfaction from completing our work or task first. Obviously, entertainment is good and useful, necessary as well up to an extent. But somehow we have to manage it in a in an intelligent manner. He calls it reframe your choices. This was number three. Number four, he says, Jonathan Wai says, just start and you will see it's not that bad. You have decided to start praying the Fajr prayer, or walking, or something, any reading, practicing the public speaking skill, anything else, whatever. And today you are very much unwilling to say the prayer to go for the walk. Just tell yourself that I want to do a little bit of it and not more than that. As for the matter of walk is concerned, tell yourself that I will be doing that only for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and not for the 30 to 40 minutes. When you walk for 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, you will find that it's not that bad. I can complete my quota. I can do 30 minute or 40 minute or whatever I want to do. But even if you don't go for that, even if you don't do the 30 to 40 minute, today's 10 minutes will help you a lot in continuing your routine. So this is like he says, just start and you will see it's not that bad. You want to say the salah. You have decided. You're unwilling to do that. Just tell yourself that I want to make a wuzu ablution. And maybe once you have completed your ablution making, you will say that okay, I will like to say the mandatory prayer only, not the nawafil, not the sunnahs, just the farz namaz. So it will propel you further. Here it is a bit of willpower is needed, a little bit of willpower is needed. Now, the fifth is tell others what you are up to. Whatever you want to start, whatever you want to carry on, telling other people will provide you from the external motivation as well. Someone will say, okay, I will pray for you. Okay, that's great, keep doing that. I wish for the best of luck. And sometimes they will be asking you, okay, what is the progress? So I think he says psychologically it does help us. Telling others what are you up to. The number six is consider whether your procrastination is a way to self handicap. Let me explain a little bit. Jonathan Wai says that it is often said and heard that practice makes the man perfect. I'm not sure whether it is true or not, but at least one thing is sure that our practice makes some progress. Sometimes there is no progress, and if at all our 3 4 attempts didn't could not bring any sort of progress, we start telling ourselves that there is no use of doing that, no use of doing that. So that is wrong. Keep trying, keep practicing, you will improve. This strategy is given the name, you know he says consider whether your procrastination is a way to self handicap. So don't stop doing something because you think that there will not be any progress. That's the wrong excuse. That's a very bad excuse. Do it. Do it with, not only do it with all the spirit. Do it with all the creativity, with all the ingenuity. That was number six. Number seven, make the temptation a reward. You want to eat chocolate, then ask yourself, okay, I will provide myself with that sort of chocolate, but prior to that I have to complete this task. So now you are working because you have made a promise with yourself that I will be providing you with such a nice chocolate. Attach it with something else. Make the temptation a reward. That was number 7. Number 8, and then the last one is track your progress but ignore your streak. He says that if at all we do the certain things at a particular time, it's more useful. It's more easy. Like, if at all we have decided that I shall be doing the work in the morning prior to the breakfast, or after the supper, or prior to the supper, or whatever, I will read this thing at this, I will read the book, I will do the reading at this time. Whatever, that's useful. That's useful. And then also, it's useful to practice it. Doing the certain thing at certain time, it really helps us. In making a routine, in continuing a routine, and a routine will help us a lot in getting the things done, conquering, reducing the procrastination. Thank you.